바퀴는 무렸대. Fast.
There you are, eavesdropper. Blink! You can't run! Lights out. Let me amuse myself a little. Shine no longer. Everlasting as the moon.
for rule.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
먹으면
Hear the echoes of the valley!
아 어떻게 전화 맞다.
Lights out. Flame.
어떻게 전화 걸릴까? 좀 있어. 아, 아홉 가지. Porra, aí pode, né? Virou. É porque nem gosto de jogo de ritmo. Ah, vamos fazer essas bugas aqui até achar, né?
Taking shelter and listening to the rain cleanse the earth makes me feel safe. Like being home. I used to take long walks in Silver Moon Hall every day. So don't worry about me. I can keep up. I don't sing for anyone in particular. Still, if someone stops to listen, I hope it provides a moment of peace all the same. take long walks in Silver Moon Hall every day. So don't worry about me. I can keep up.
Lay bare. Witness my rise.
A moonlit night for all.
Bring it. Great name's Echo. You can't run. Punishment. Overruled. This is where you fall. Hear the echoes of the valley. Judgment. Everlasting as the moon.
Wayne. A new moon rises.
Let the mountain's veins boil!
Just tell me something bad happened again. Ad Astra Abyssal.
Fórum pegar.
Thank you for completing today. Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Ocupado. Busca. Busca. Eu não sei porque que serve essa barra redonda. Was a shot.
What could the children...
Coloca um.
Yeah.
Passa som. Coloca o problema. Certo.
Come and have some hot soup, or you might just freeze.
Beijo.
The situation here seems trickier than I...
Papo. Papo. Primavera forte.
This kind of weather is more enjoyably spent under the cover of shade.
Cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Overruled.
Wait. A moonlit night for all.
Hear the echoes of the valley. Judgment. Shiver.
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Ha! You've got some nerve! Oh, you needn't worry about it. It's all right, though. Really? You're almost a little... Oh, Paimon... Still, what brings you? A friend of ours... Ah, so you know... So she mentioned me? She said that you're... Nice. Huh? So your article in the paper today doesn't count? Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is dive deep. Yeah, are we? Why not? Oh. Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! Ooh, so much to... Wait, Charlotte, Paimon's still got a question for you. And what's that? If... just... Huh. That's the... If you're seriously asking, then From what I've seen, most people don't know what they... So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping it. Just think about it. If this nation really were... And then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write... I'm not a dreamer, but anyway... That's so nice. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we? The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty soothing Paimon's been thinking. If it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would... No, Paimon should ask, if you could choose, what would you like? We've always been moving to the next destination. You mean, still? Huh. Wait!
like he'll grow more. But it's still better than the Fortress of Meropide.
Ah, so the two of you are still here.
Oh, you're from the Palais.
Yes, I'm Isadora. Not at all. Yes, inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée fan.
A riot?
Well, that said, Lady Farine loudly accusing her, and before she could the crowd continued to grow.
So people.
I agree.
So what happened after?
Seeing that the situation was the Maréchaussée fan.
So.
That's right. That said, I don't think they're good.
Don't worry. This.
Is that...
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then. If we know Farina, she will. And as we all. When Nervalet was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, and she heard about Poisson, it would be hard for her to ignore being accused by the public today. Paimon thinks Farina's probably taken the opportunity to slip away to Poisson and try to relieve the sense of guilt that she's. Huh! Well, what do you think? In that case, there's not a moment to lose. This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation. Could Farina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible. That's Farina, right over there. She really is here all on her own.
Should I just give up? This is all. What was meant to happen did happen after all. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Give up, Farina. There's no point in holding out. I'm sorry. But what can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies over and over? Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina. It's just us.
So it is you, blonde traveler from another land. Why, I almost thought you were someone from that mob of my ignorant subjects. Come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness.
Farina, you were crying just now, weren't you? The tear stains on your face are obvious.
What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House earlier this morning was so moving. I'm still trying to process it. They even dare to tout their Archon. I must teach them a lesson. Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the Maréchaussée Phantom are freaking... Of course not.
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some rabid fans who want to... That's against the rules. I can't let them get their way.
Farina just ran off! Quick, we have to catch up! This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina!
suppose haste is... No, I mean, I'm near... You're right.
Yep, that's a good girl.
What's happening?
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be.
Well, there's no need to...
Yeah, but the people have put... It's true. I've tried all my effort. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. Give up. Indeed. A fate. But just now, it all became... As long as the final moment don't worry. Well, that's enough for now. Don't take any...
Come on! Paimon could have sworn you...
Share. That's impossible. A witness. Yes, I've heard that you, and if Tevat is in its entirety a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you? If that's the case...
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes now without further ado.
So this is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the effort. Do not forget, however, that I am Focalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it not strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice?
May I interpret these words as your in that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through...
You would draw your blade? I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
Paimon can't believe it. She...
What the heck is going on?
Wow.
Lady Farina.
Shh! It would seem that there has been...
Looking for excuses again!
I raised my hands just now to... I'm sorry, you are not... But now, I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world this time. Applaud and rejoice. Mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine!
Woohoo!
Oh, now we're making...
Why does it feel like Farina just took over the whole thing? Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic, she is taking this seriously this time, right?
All right, then. Who will...
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Is that... Also, please allow me to ask just how much...
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks.
Navia,
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates. They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members. waiting for the perfect opportunity to incite insurrection against you. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. A spark was all we needed to turn smoldering anger into a flame. Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that occurred, you would likely flee the scene and head to Poisson by yourself. So, we arranged for a second group.
So, you mean...
And their goal was to
That's right.
As the super ultimate version of the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson was an Archon. Instead, my thanks, Farina. Without your help, we could never have pulled off such an extraordinary performance.
You're welcome?
Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of labor in Mora to pull this off. We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path through the water. It was a lot of work for all of us.
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a normal tremor?
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Then, I can guess Nervilette and Cloran's parts. You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the also that as soon as I appear...
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you.
Thank you.
As for you, Traveler, I suppose your role was to you'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor. Oh? Is that so? Then I suppose I must have missed my final chance. It's fine. It matters not. What's done is done. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
Madam Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along. This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial. According...
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too! Hey, Charlotte! Oh, let Paimon see. Isn't this the exclusive interview that she did with us before? So she's already finished it, huh? Wait. Then that means this document is a perfect timeline of everything that's happened ever since we stepped foot in Fontaine! So in other words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time we want to use something from our journey. Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duels you took part in at the Opera House. That's one for the history books, all right. I didn't think this is the first time Monsieur Nervilette had a difference of opinion with... I nearly lost my The words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably only be truly understood.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on! Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays... Of course. It is only natural for humans to struggle.
That's true. But my charge here is unrelated to your instead.
Wait, what was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Hey, I came here...
Charge accepted. Lady Farina, do you plead guilty to the charge? Lady Farina.
I plead not guilty. How can I be guilty? There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true Archon.
Yeah. Even though Lady Farina can be rather eccentric, isn't it going too far to doubt her very identity?
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either. Sure, Lady Farina can be super irresponsible, but what grounds does that prosecutor have to make such a huge claim?
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. There would be no fooling their memory. See? Even the Oratrice has decided to show me its favor. Are you sure you want to commit to a charge that will never... If you wish to drop the case, I can promise you as the God of Justice that you will not have to face trial for making a false accusation. We will treat everything that's happened as a dramatic spectacle and move on with our lives. What do you say to that?
Huh. An argument with near impossible.
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. If you must persist, then let me ask. If you believe I'm not the Archon, and if I was not the Archon, then how did I manage to live for over 500 years?
That doesn't sound right. Paimon doesn't think this clue can be used as compelling evidence. First of all, you may be a member of another long-lived race, which would allow...
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave? You'd sink so low as to use a harbinger's words against me.
A curse? I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble the type of but in light of this claim...
Neverlet sensed it too, huh?
Lady Farina is actually a human?
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell humans and gods apart just by looking at them. It's not impossible.
Well, don't start celebrating. Besides, everyone knows that the main difference between a human and a god is the possession. For centuries, manifestations of my authority have served the nation of Fontaine. One need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house, or consider the endemnitium that is used in every aspect of life.
That doesn't sound right. Paimon doesn't think this clue can... You tried to reference the Oratrice, but weren't you as confused as...
Didn't I make myself clear at the time? The decision...
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder of your current... While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. While you will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges...
I never thought...
That was no trick of rhetoric, Lady Farina. I've merely reiterated the rules of the court. Rules that all should...
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure and operations of the Oratrice. Instead of having been created by you, The manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydro Archon, haven't they?
The real Hydro Archon? Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did not know why the Oratries handed out that verdict unilaterally, and it has been operating independently ever since it was first created. You can't argue that just because a divine creation is
She's still throwing out all kinds.
My power at...
If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my...
You don't...
Aren't you the Hydro Archon? Or...
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people, and I've converted the people's faith in justice into Indemnitium! Thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy for their daily lives. Have you ever seen a more
Isn't that a huge stretch?
Yeah, no matter how generous an Archon can be, how could they give up all their power? Can a god with no power even still be called a god?
It seems like nobody's buying Furina's excuse.
Hey, come now, everyone! Please don't stare at me as if I was a liar! I'm still the same Furina you knew, right? The one that you loved! Should please... You've got to...
If what the prosecutor said is true, she really has committed a grave offense.
Did she deceive all of us?
Enough! That's enough. Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydro Archon, then if you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence, nor can you find anyone who can back up their claim to be such, then what grounds have you to say that I'm not actually the real deal?
Wow, she came up with yet another argument. How can we refute her now? Seems like she really doesn't want to give up. That doesn't sound right. Paimon doesn't think this clue can be used as compelling evidence to build our case. It has been established that all Fontanians can dissolve in water from the primordial sea. And that means...
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right here and now to eliminate all suspicions of you being the latter.
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court. Though you act in partnership with the prosecutor, you must still adhere to proper procedure.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice. I swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of turn. Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson. As everyone knows, a massive flood struck the area not long ago, taking many lives, including those of some of my closest friends. So, Miss Furina, would you dare to touch some of the seawater? If we are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon, touching the seawater would have no effect on you. All it should do is strengthen your case. But if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody wants to see any more people dissolve. I do hope you'll act prudently and choose the simpler path of admitting guilt.
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. The Spina has governed Poisson for many years. I guess her suggestion is valid.
If Lady Furina is indeed just a human, she's probably Fontanian like all the rest of us. Would she really dare to try?
Lady Farina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution. As it falls outside the realm of standard court proceedings, you possess the right to decline participation.
Well, of course he had to tell her that. But refusing to participate is basically the same as a confession of guilt.
She's just staring at the water without saying a single word. It really does seem like she's quite terrified of it. That could only mean...
What's going on? Is she really planning to... that's not what we thought she would...
Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady Farina, you may...
Hey!
I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! Will you believe me now? I really am your Archon! I'm nothing like a norm-
Miss Siegewin? If you're present, Miss Siegewin, please come forward and attend to...
Siegewin?
Don't be nervous. It'll just take a...
Please announce...
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina was experiencing...
Thank you, Miss Siegewin. Lady...
Oh wait, what did she just say? I didn't get dissolved! Shouldn't that be enough to prove my innocence?
Well, however, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for... We don't want any...
Yeah, so out of regard for... It's a great thing that the
I can't... Listen to me, everyone! Think about it! Also, if I... Please, everyone, anyone, just listen to me! I swear, I really am your Archon!
I don't think anything she's...
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't...
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway her. She's too stacked against her now.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is... guilty. We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Furina is...
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict?
No. The Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Isn't that correct then?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus: to be punished via the death sentence.
That's actually one of the available...
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court.
Furina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice? We just wanted to...
This outcome is indeed... Is this sentence really appropriate?
Yeah! Even Maché was...
Indeed. Not only is Furina's sentence overly excessive, the very point of our trial today was also to prove that Furina has never been... But now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydro Archon. What does this mean?
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial still going?
Fremine! You finally made it!
Mm-hmm. Any mission